Critics often use Jesus' father and son language to argue he could not be claiming he was God. But what if every word Jesus spoke, every prayer he prayed, every action he took, and every character trait he displayed was fulfilling Old Testament prophecy about how the Messiah would live? When Jesus says, "I can do nothing on my own authority" in John 5:30, he is fulfilling Isaiah 54, where the Messiah is prophesied to have the tongue of those who are taught. When Jesus prays, "The Father is greater than I" in John 14:28, he is fulfilling Psalm 8:5, where the Messiah is made lower than the angels in his humanity. When Jesus says, "Not even the Son knows the day or hour" in Mark 13:32, he is fulfilling Isaiah 54, where the Messiah receives knowledge morning by morning. When Jesus cries out in Gethsemane, "Let this cup pass from me" in Matthew 26:39, he is fulfilling Psalm 22 and Isaiah 53, where the suffering servant cries out to God. When Jesus says, "All authority has been given to me" in Matthew 28:18, he is fulfilling Daniel 7:14, where the Son of Man is given dominion and glory and a kingdom. His prayers, his limitations, his dependence on God, his authority, all of it was written beforehand. But here is what most ignore. These same prophecies that predict how the Messiah would speak and act also identify him as God himself. Isaiah 9:6 calls the child who is given a son both mighty God and everlasting Father in the same breath. Isaiah 50 shows the Messiah being taught morning by morning, and also shows him with divine power to vindicate and save. Psalm 2 calls him the Son and commands all to kiss the Son and worship him as God. Zechariah 12:10 has YHWH himself, saying, "They will look on me, whom they have pierced." The prophecies create both the distinction and the identity. Why the distinction, then? Christ came for three purposes. As Redeemer, to fulfill both sides of the covenant and bridge the gap between God and man. As our example, to show us how to pray, obey, trust, and walk with God. And to establish his bride, the church, requiring the bridegroom and bride distinction. Just as God fulfilled both roles in his covenant with Abraham by putting him to sleep and walking through both sides himself. Just as Jesus is both king and priest in the Melchizedek order. Just as he is both priest and sacrifice. He is both Father and Son. One God operating in multiple roles to accomplish redemption, demonstrate how we should live, and establish his church. The Father and Son language is not proof of separation. It is proof of prophetic fulfillment. "Listen, O Israel, the Lord your God is one.